Welcome to this tutorial for how to build an interactive dashboard in Google Sheets. This tutorial is part 2 of a 2-part data cleaning project. In this portion, we will be using the data we cleaned in part 1 to build an interactive dashboard. Let's start by opening the Google Sheets data file that you saved at the end of the data cleaning portion of this project. Now we are going to create our first pivot table. Select all the data, including the headers. To do this, use the shortcut keys Control plus Shift plus Space. On the Insert tab, click Pivot Table. The Create Pivot Table dialog box will open showing the data range for your pivot table. Yours will be different than the one shown here. Click New Sheet, then click Create. A new worksheet will open. Double-click on the New Sheet tab and rename the sheet Dashboard. In the Pivot Table Editor box on the right of your screen, click Add Next to Columns. After you click Add, a drop-down menu will appear showing all the pivot table fields. Click on Editable or Non-Editable lowercase. The pivot table is beginning to take shape. Next, click on Add Next to Values. In the drop-down list of fields, click on Total Revenue. In the Pivot Table Editor, under Columns, clear the checkbox for Show Totals. Now we will create a pivot table slicer. Click in the pivot table, then click on the Data tab. In the drop-down menu, click Add a Slicer. The slicer will appear on your screen. A drop-down list of fields will also appear on the right side of your screen. Click Transaction Year Edited from the list. Drag the slicer so that it is to the right of the pivot table. To use the slicer, click the drop-down arrow next to All. Here you can choose to filter the pivot table by current year, 1 year prior, and/or 2 years prior. Now we will make a pivot chart. The data in the chart will change as we click the different transaction year buttons on the slicer. Select the Sum of Total Revenue cell and the editable and non-editable amounts. Then click on the Insert tab. In the drop-down menu, click Chart. Now we have a pivot chart. Notice the Chart Editor box on the right of your screen. This is where we will customize the chart. In the Chart Editor, click on the Customize tab, then click Series. In the drop-down menu, click the box for data labels. Still on the Customize tab of the Chart Editor, click on Chart and Axes Title. Then type the title next, text, Total Revenue for Editable and Non-Editable Products. Next, we will add labels to the legend. Double-click on the chart legend. Type Editable to designate it as the blue column on the chart. Click the legend again. This time type Non-Editable to designate it as the orange column on the chart. Click on Grid Lines and Ticks. Be sure the vertical axis is selected. Then clear the checkbox for Major Grid Lines. Click on the pivot chart and use the resizing handles to make the chart smaller to make room for our next visualization. Now we will copy the pivot table. Click in the top left cell of the pivot table and hit Ctrl-C to copy. Click in cell H1 and hit Ctrl-V to paste a copy of the pivot table. Click anywhere in the new pivot table. In the Pivot Table Editor, click the X next to Editable or Non-Editable field to delete it from the new pivot table. Again, click in the new pivot table. In the Pivot Table Editor, click Add next to Rows. In the drop-down menu, click Inventory Item. Then, click Add next to Filters. In the drop-down menu, click Inventory Type. Now we will use the pivot table filter to filter by inventory type. Click anywhere in the new pivot table. In the Pivot Table Editor under Filters, click the drop-down arrow next to Showing All Items. the Filters dialog box will open. In the Filters dialog box, click Clear, then click Cotton Candy. Finally, click OK. Next, in the Pivot Table Editor, under Inventory Item, use the drop-down menu to change Sort By to Sum of Total Revenue. Then, clear the Show Totals box. Now we will make another pivot chart. Select the pivot table data, but not the column titles. Click on the Insert tab. In the drop-down menu, click Chart. In the Chart Editor, on the Setup tab, click the drop-down arrow for chart type. Click the bar type chart. In the Chart Editor, on the Customize tab, click on Chart and Axes Titles. In the drop-down menu under Title Text, type Total Revenue for the Cotton Candy Inventory type. In the Chart Editor, still on the Customize tab, click on Series. In the drop-down menu, click the box for data labels. In the Chart Editor, click on Grid Lines and Ticks. Use the drop-down menu to select horizontal axis. Then, clear the box for major grid lines. Now it's time to arrange the dashboard. Right-click on the 1 for row 1. In the drop-down menu, click Insert one row above. Drag the row border between rows 1 and 2 down so the row is approximately double in height. This will be our dashboard title row. Type Data Analysis Dashboard in cell A1 and hit Enter. Click in cell A1, then click on the font size drop-down arrow in the ribbon. In the drop-down menu, click 24. Select row 1 cells until you get to the edge of your screen. On my screen, I'm going over to column O. Click on the Format tab. In the drop-down menu, click Merge Cells. In the next drop-down menu, click Merge All. Click the title cell. Click on the text alignment icon in the ribbon. In the drop-down menu, click the center icon. Again, click the title cell. Click on the fill icon in the ribbon, then click on blue. Click in the title cell again. Click on the text color icon in the ribbon, then click the color white. Right-click the 2 in the row below the title cell. In the drop-down menu, click Insert one row above. Now drag that new blank cell border down so that the pivot tables, slicer, and chart are no longer showing on your screen. In this example, I left them showing a bit for demonstration. Now drag the slicer and charts to the top of the dashboard and resize them to fit your screen. The pivot tables will remain below the screen where they cannot be seen. Open the slicer and be sure that there is room for the drop-down menu. That's it. Your dashboard is complete. Your spacing might be slightly different, but it should look basically like this. This video was created and narrated by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.